Hi everyone, here's week 3 of your virtual lessons. I hope you're all okay. It's a miserable raining Wednesday here as I'm recording this for you. So I'm going to play you a happy tune to cheer you up. So that was, just let me pause it before it goes on. Oh, just caught it. That was Jeeves and Wooster. Some of your parents, some of you might know that from the TV show. Okay, so the first thing we always do when we get together is do a warm-up. Let's see if you're in tune first of all. Here's an A. And let's do a warm-up. This time we're going to work on the G and D strings. I'm playing my violin today, but I know I've got violins and violas watching. So we'll do G and D. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Copy me, please. Okay, so some of them are getting a bit longer. Sometimes I do just 1 bar of copy, sometimes some of them are 3 or 4 bars. Let's go into the D string, a bit slower. 1, 2, 3, 4. First finger. And open string. Okay, and now I'd like you to do this exercise that we all do when we're beginners. We start on the G string, violas start on the C string, and go all the way to the E or the A on the viola. What I want you to be thinking about is, are you doing 4 distinct levels for your arm? So under no circumstances should we have bent wrists. We should be following our arm through with our wrist. Let's try it again. Any speed. Let's go faster. That's probably made a right racket and got parents saying, what's that about? That's fine. Good, so we've done our warm-up and I've sent you all a new PDF. The first thing on it is about dynamics or musical terms. So they're all at the correct level for you. And I just want to remind you what dynamics are. Dynamics are very important. They're the foundation of music. They are the louds and softs of music. So we could play something loud. Or we could play something soft. And it has quite a different meaning whether you play it loud or soft, or in between, or super loud or super soft, or crescendoing through it. Crescendo means what? Or decrescendoing through it, that means the opposite. So I've given you some hints to your answers. And it's the beginning of storytelling. So at its basic level, playing musically, telling your story through music involves dynamics. But I want you to think about more than that. It's not just dynamics when you're going to play your piece of music, and we'll come on to that a bit later. But for now, I've got a new round for you. And this one's called Wildflower Round. So we're going to have a learn of this one. I'm going to teach it to you the same as I did Herb Round. We're going to do 2 bars repeated. So if you could get your violins or violas ready. And I'll put my metronome in my ear to make sure that I'm always correct. Speed. Let's go for crotchet equals 100. So when you're practicing at home, you could do that too. So crotchet equals 100 on there. I'll give you 4 beats in and we're going to do the first 2 bars, starting on open string A, going to F sharp on the D string. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's try it again, just 1 bar, 1, 2, 3, 4. And the next 2 bars, this is bar 3 and 4, starting low D, jumping up to top D, 3rd finger on the D string. 1, 2, 3, 4. And again. That's my phone ringing, so I should just stop that. Okay, let's try bars 1 to 4 all the way together. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's have another go at that. It's quite quick, this, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's go on to bars 5 and 6. So starting on 3rd finger on the A string for a D, going down to an A. 1, 2, 3, 4. So violas will have to go into 3rd position there, or 2nd position if you prefer. Violins can go onto the E string. Let's try it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the last 2 bars, starting on F sharp on the E string or 3rd position if you're viola. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do that one again. 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's play the 2nd line then, bars 5 to 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, good. Let's try the whole thing through from the beginning, after 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, really, really good. So I've done it a little bit quicker this time than I did in week 1, but you can always rewind that video, can't you, and just keep going over it until you've got it. I'd really like you to try and learn it from memory again. And I would like you to do one other thing for me. We've talked a lot about bowing technique, haven't we, and how I want your bow to be. I want you to this time try and think about your left hand. As well as keeping this wrist lovely and straight here, I want you to imagine that you have robot fingers made of steel and they are hammering down onto your violin or viola. So you can hear the music even without the bow. Just have a listen. Okay, you won't hear the open strings. Okay, so it's very quiet. It's probably quite louder in my ear than on the video, but you could still hear it. So I want you to practice doing that, and that's really important, that our fingers are steel, robot-like fingers whenever we play. Let's have a go through. Let's play it through twice together, and then we'll move on. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Very good. I shall stop my metronome because it's beeping in my ear, which is annoying. And my dog's just come in and he's soaking wet and put muddy paw prints everywhere, haven't you, Henry? He's wagging his tail. Good. So good luck with Wildflower Round. I want you to try and remember everything we've talked about making the nicest sound you possibly can with your bow. And that means playing with a good weight into the bow, by the bridge if you can, and long, heavy bows. And I want you to also think about having steel robot fingers in your left hand to make it sound super clear. I'm going to demonstrate what happens if we play opposite of that. So we have like woolly sausage rubber glove fingers and a woolly bow. This is what it sounds like. Okay, so it sounds perfectly nice, but hopefully this will sound better. Strong, weighty, heavy right hand and steel robot fingers. Hopefully that came across on the video. You could practice that, couldn't you? You could try how you would demonstrate that to somebody else, how you make the best sound on your instrument. Everybody's instrument's different. Some will take more weight than others. So have a go yourself. We're going to do this one a little bit quicker in that I want you to try and play it along with me as a round on the YouTube video now if you can, this week, or we'll do it next week as well. I would love you to try playing Wildflower Round to Herb Round and then see if that makes sense. Does it work together, do you think? Or is it going to make some clashes, some dissonances? Who knows? Okay. So the next thing I'd like you to do is to look at your own piece that you've been working on now for 2 weeks. How are you getting on? Can you play it all the way through fluently? Some of you maybe can, some of you maybe can't. It depends how hard it is, I guess, and what level it is, how many bars there are even. So keep going with it. Keep thinking about sound and rhythm and notes and all that. But I want you to think about musicality now. Musicality, dynamics, storytelling. So like I said before, dynamics, really thinking about where it says loud, where it says soft, all the middle gradients in there, and the very loud and the very soft, and the combination of the two. How do you get from loud to soft? Every single note you play should be different. Just like when you're talking, an interesting person makes each word different. A boring person makes everything the same, like a robot. So we're not like that. So it's about pitch in our voices as well, and on a violin or viola, but it's also about loud or soft or in between or getting louder, or all these things to make your story really, really interesting. So you're going to look at phrases as well. phrases are musical sentences. So if I told you a story, once upon a time there was a little girl called Goldilocks. That's the end of the sentence, that's the end of the phrase. If I played it on here, that's my first sentence, that's my first phrase. And we're going to shape that. We don't want, once upon a time there was a little girl called Goldilocks, or once upon a time there was a girl called Goldilocks. We want it to be interesting. Once upon a time there was a girl called Goldilocks, or something a bit less dramatic. So we want to make it interesting. We don't want to just do something like this and be a little bit boring. We want to make it interesting. So I was dramatic then, I moved my body, I put louds and softs in, I tried to make it into a phrase, and I'm sure you can do just as well or better. Go for it. Phrases are usually 2, 4, 8 or multiples of 4, multiples of 2 usually bars long. You do get variations, but probably go for 4 bars as being a phrase. And I want you to give it colour and shade and dynamics and try and think about how you tell your story. So your composer, say it's Beethoven, has written his music, but you are the storyteller. You are telling the story that Beethoven has written down. So you can do it in a way that you want to. I want to hear your story, not Beethoven's story. Okay, think about some words. Write them at the top. Words that represent your story. So it might be boring. That's not very good, was it? Happy. Scary. Pretty. Dance-like. Like a march. Like a song. All sorts of different things you could put in there to just help you tell that story. Good luck with that. I'd love you to send me the videos of it, however it is, or even better, upload them to Flipgrid so everybody else can see them. So I'm going to try and upload some this week as well. So if you could do that, that would be brilliant. Or if you want to, you can send them to me with permission for me to upload it to Flipgrid, and I can do that. We have another J. Ungar piece to look at this week, and this one's called Prairie Spring, so quite different in character to the other ones. So let's have a go at sight reading it through together. So I'll count you in 1 bar and 1 beat because we come in on the 2nd beat. 1, 2, 3, 1. Fabulous. It's such a beautiful tune, this. It's actually a duet. So next week we will learn the other part as well. It's a lovely duet for 2 instruments, 2 violins, 2 violas, or 1 violin, 1 viola. And it's on my YouTube channel already, so you can go and listen to it if you want. the first 2 crotchets, and every time that comes in the tune, you'll find it repeats over and over again. Can we have them a little bit separated? So we need to do this sausage kind of bowing. Bum, bum. So we're going to make a lovely sausage shape, a curly German sausage. Like this. It might even be easy to do 2 downs. Whatever you want to do, but this sort of shape in there. So we have a little bit of air between each note and it sounds lifted and light each time that comes. The other thing I'd like you to try and do as you're practicing it is not to use any open E's for violins. So violas, you're going to have to go into 3rd position a little bit anyway to play the E, F sharps and G's that come in. But violins, let's not have any ugly open E's. So 4th finger or 3rd position, whichever you prefer. And if you can do vibrato, let's go with a little bit of vibrato. If we haven't done vibrato yet, let's not worry about it. We'll do it when we get back to normal lessons. Let's just go for a really lovely, clean sound, beautiful bowing, steel rods in your fingers, and enjoy playing it. I absolutely love this piece. You could also find it on Spotify or Amazon Music or whatever it is you used, or YouTube. There's some beautiful versions out there. Usually they're in the same key, so you can play along if you want to. Great. Enjoy Prairie Spring. And the final thing that I would love you to do this week is not theory. We've done 2 weeks of theory. I've given you something different to do this week. I've given you a listening challenge. Now, some of you may have had one of these before. If you have, that's fine. You can find a different piece of music. I tend to give them to my students at some stage as we're going through. And I've picked out 3 tunes that I hope you like. So if you could just ask Alexa to play them for you, or find them on YouTube, ask parents permission, or however, use Amazon Music, whatever you use, to try and find these pieces of music. Whoops! Oh my goodness, my doggy just knocked that over then. Are you alright, Henry? That was dramatic. So find it however you want to do it and listen to it, and then think about some questions about it. You don't have to answer them all. You certainly don't have to write sentences. You could just write words, or you could draw a picture or whatever. Really, the important thing is that you listen to music. So you're listening to violin and viola and string music and classical music, as well as other kinds of music. As much music as you possibly can. It's the best advice I can give you for your musical career. So have a good listen to them. Some you will like, some you will think, oh, I don't like that. That's absolutely cool. There's many pieces that I think, not sure about this. But then there are lots of wonderful pieces out there that I love too. So enjoy that. If you want to send me some feedback, put it in an email or just photograph it and send it to me. That would be amazing too. Otherwise, just discuss it with your mum or your dad or your grandma on the phone or whatever it might be. Okay, so I'm going to play you Prairie Spring to finish. And I wish you all a very happy week, hoping you're keeping safe and well and enjoying being at home with your family. And I'll look forward to seeing you very soon. Here is Prairie Spring by Jay Ungar.